Of all the crops nourished in fertile Red River Valley soil, none is more resilient than the sugar beet. Pound it with hail and it repairs itself. Deprive it of rain and it stretches its roots deep into the subsoil, seeking moisture. Cut off its foliage, pull it from the ground, and it continues to fight for life. In many ways, the sugar beet resembles the company that has been transforming it into the country's finest sugar for more than 110 years. In a region that is both bountiful and without mercy, and in an industry that presents as much adversity as opportunity, American Crystal Sugar Company has evolved, improved, and endured to become a strong competitor and agricultural leader. The Valley's first sugar beet growers may have started small, but they dreamed big. And they had the determination and foresight to build a business with the capacity to grow in ways that would sustain it for years to come.
There's evolution on the agricultural side, improved crops, improved storage.
Yeah, at every sugar beet meeting that we have, they have a lot of pictures of people on their hands and knees thinning sugar beets and using pitchforks to load sugar beets into trucks.
The biggest changes I've seen have certainly been in the genetics and the equipment. GPS-controlled tractors now that steer themselves. We do variable rate fertilizer, which has improved our productivity a lot.
We used to send a truck to town with a load of beets. The truck would leave the farm, and it'd sometimes be 3 or 4 hours before it'd return. Now we're putting 25 ton on a semi and sending them to town, and if they're not back in an hour, we're wondering what's wrong.
Evolution in the factory, improved technology, improved working conditions.
We've increased our production from processing 8 or 8.5 million tons in a 220-day campaign to now we process 10.6 million tons to 11 million tons.
The biggest change is that it's a grower-friendly company. We've also become much more politically savvy than we were when we were first starting out.
Biotech sugar beet seed has been a tremendous improvement. It's allowed us to have better weed control, to have less impact on the environment, a lot less impact.
The varieties we grow have increased in yield and disease resistance.
The plants look the same as they did 50 years ago. Old buildings, you drive by them, they look the same as they have for a long time, but walk inside them, you'll start seeing some of the changes that have evolved over the years. From jobs that used to turn valves and spigots to computer-savvy people who watch monitors and tweak things.
We've increased our slice capacity. We've spent money to become more energy efficient.
120 days used to be as long as you could process sugar beets because they'd start to thaw out and spring and rot. Now we freeze them, and when we take the tarp off piles in the spring, there's snow underneath the tarp in May.
We're all in the same boat together. It's all around sugar. We grow it, we process it, we market it, and we try to cover all the different parts of that single entity.
You can't get people to listen in Washington if you don't have some kind of a pack behind you. So that's been extremely important in sustaining our sugar program and our success.
Shareholders have always been willing to invest in our factories to increase slice, make them more efficient.
The money we have spent invested in research has really paid off well for us. It has kept us a half a step ahead of the industry for all the years that we've been a co-op.
2,800 farmers agreeing on one subject as much as they do right now, that's kind of hard to find.
I'd like to see a 20-year sugar title to the next farm bill. Something long enough that would allow us to confidently invest in the capital necessary to make this a better company down the road.
Most important assets right now is the sugar program, and we will do what we can to make sure we maintain that. But on the other side of it, we also need to become more efficient as we go along. We need to be flexible and able to take on any challenge as it comes at us.
The key, I think, is being low-cost producer on the farm and at the factory.
We have to continue to just be more efficient and better at what we do than what everybody else is doing.
when we start talking about long-range planning, it isn't 5 years down the road. That's the end of our careers. We're talking about 25 years down the road when our sons can run this company. We better leave them something that's better than our grandfathers left us or our fathers left us. And that's our goal every day when we go into the boardroom.
Do we make decisions that are only for the current moment, or we make decisions that are long-term and are good business decisions for the future?
The big benchmark to me has been the teamwork. Getting everybody together, working as a team toward a common goal of keeping the sugar program in the United States, convincing the taxpayers and consumers that it's a good deal for them, and keeping the company together as one team.
It's been my privilege to lobby on behalf of the sugar industry several times in the past because we are very efficient. We have a very good story to tell. We work very hard and we produce a very good product.
I think the future for American Crystal 25 years down the road is bright. We're low-cost producers. We have the commitment of our growers to the company and to their farms to be the best they can be.
People should look around the room at the annual meeting and just take note of how many 20-somethings and 30-somethings are in the room. It's really good to see.
American Crystal has evolved, improved, and endured by remaining committed to being the strongest possible sugar company. Like the sugar beet, we survive because we have deep roots. We work hard. We turn adversity into advantage, and we confront every challenge. We must compete to survive, and that means continually striving to be an even more effective and efficient producer of sugar. We have always understood that we cannot become what we want to be by remaining what we are. We cannot compete by standing still and accepting the status quo. It was that kind of thinking that created the strong foundation for what has evolved into American Crystal Sugar today. And it is that kind of thinking that empowers us to continue to competitively produce sugar and protect this vital industry in the Red River Valley, ensuring this cooperative and all that it brings to the region will be around for generations yet to come.